So let's start the session, guys. So in the last class, we are discussing about the pandas, right? So in the pandas, we have seen how to load a data, right? First step is how to load a data. If it is already in your working directory, just you can write by using read CSV or read Excel. If it is an Excel file, means read underscore Excel. If it is a CSV file, means read underscore CSV. Just we are going to load the CSV file. Once we load the CSV file, generally we'll use the head function. Head means first 5 records. It is going to display you the first 5 records. Tail means it is going to display you the last 5 records by default. If you want to display only last 2 records, means write the number. Whatever the number you are interested, just you can write the number. Otherwise, by default, it is going to display the 5. Number is 5. By default, number is 5. df.shape gives you the number of records and number of columns. Size gives you the number of values. And keys or columns, df.keys or df.columns, either of these two, it gives you the number of with respect to whatever the column names you are having. Okay, all the column names. Next, df.rename. Rename is wherever the column name is not in the proper format, that one we are going to rename. Why we have to rename this one? The reason behind the rename is, for example, if you are having a liver patient like this, what is the difference? What is the problem means? In the future, we are going to extract columns by using their column name. When we are using the column name, for example, df.liver patient, I have written like this. Now Python will throw an error because after liver there is a space. So from here to here only it will consider df.liver means it will identify whether is there any column name with liver only. So this entire thing is a column name that Python will not understand this entire thing as a column name. It will think that there is a space and it will throw the syntax error. So that is the reason why we have to use this. We have to rename the column names. Okay. So once we rename the column names, then we can use this. So wherever the space or special characters are there, try to use the underscores. For example, liver patient is there. If you want to have like this one, liver underscore patient. Now this is comes under single word only. Instead of liver and patient, 2 different words, it will come as one single word, right? Now, next, if you see this, it has to be stored for whatever the rename you have done. It has to be stored means we are going to create a new data frame in this way. So these are the things which we have discussed in the previous class. And along with that, I have explained you the data types. What is the data types? What are the different types of data types are there and how we have to select the data type? The data type will be selected based on the name of the variable, not based on the inside the content or inside the values. We are not going to focus here. The age column is not having with respect to float values means, for example, age is some person's age will be 23.5. All right, 23.5 years of age, 23.6 years of age, 23.7 years of age. So age can have a decimal value. In our data set, we are not having decimal value. Based on our data set, we should not decide the type of the variable. We have to decide based on the variable name. First, we have to understand each and every variable clearly. And after understanding each and every variable, we have to decide which is the variable name. So which variable name comes under which data type? So age comes under continuous, gender comes under categorical, TB comes under continuous, DB and TP. These 3 of them comes under continuous, and liver patient, this comes under categorical. So the data type, we have to decide the data type. We have to decide the data type of a variable based on variable name, not based on the values, not based on values. We should not see the values and we should not decide based on the values. We should decide this one based on the variable name, right? Whatever the variable name we are having, we have to decide based on the variable name, right? So here, these variable names, whatever the variable names I'm having, the variable names like age, TB, DB, TP, these all comes under continuous variable. Gender and liver patient, these both comes under discrete variable, discrete categorical, right? Next, info. Info means it is going to give the complete information about the data. What information it is going to give? Info. What are the informations it is going to give? Means first one, it is going to give the shape. It gives the shape. So here the shape is 10 rows and 6 columns. First one, it gives you the shape. Info gives you the shape. Second one, it gives you the column names. What are the column names are there? These column names. Sir, already we are having df.shape, df.columns. There also it is going to give the same, right? The same information you are having here. You don't need to use these things. Directly, you can use df.info only. No need to use df.shape separately, df.column separately. No need to use. Directly, you can use this one itself. And next, column names. It is going to show you the column names. It gives you the D types. Separately, no need to write df.d types. You no need to take this one also separately. That one also you'll get in the info only directly. Along with this, the most important thing we are going to get is index numbers. Column index numbers. For example, if you are having 25 columns or 30 columns, for a particular column, what is the index number? Miss, we don't need to count from the starting onwards. Oh, what is the index number of this one? What is the index number of TP? Means 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 4. You don't need to count like this. The index numbers, whatever the each column index number we are having, that will be displayed here itself. This is the index numbers. These are the index numbers. So info gives you the column index number. This is the one more advantage of info. It gives you the column index number. So whichever the column index number, if you want, you don't need to count from the starting or you don't need to count from the backward, nothing. Directly you can see here itself, the column index number. And it also gives you the, is there any missing values? Is there any missing values? Is there any missing values? Here, non-null. Here 10, we are having the shape of 10. If the same number 10 is displayed here, miss, no missing values there. Other than 10, you are having with respect to 9, 8, 7, 6, any number is available, means some missing values are there. So for example, here, let us take 71,662 records are there, sir. Okay, 71,662 records, means rows. Out of one of the column is TP. That TP consists of 67,694. Now, sir, how many missing values are there? Means 71,662 minus 67,694. You're not going to do the calculations here. No need to do the calculation. Just you are going to check whether there is a missing values are there or not. Yes or no. Info gives you the answer of yes or no only. Info gives you the answer of yes or no only. Exactly how much is the difference that you are going to get df.isNull.sum. That will give the number of missing values. Here, this will give you, for example, here different number is there. Apart from this number, whatever the number you are having here, apart from that, is there any other number miss? They are missing values. Fix. For example, here 10 is there. Whatever the number 10 is there, I'm having the same number of 10 here. Everything 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. Everything is 10 only. Everything is 10 only, miss, there is no missing values. If at least one of them is having other than 10, obviously it can't be more than 10. That is very clear. It can be only less than 10 only. Okay, 9, 8, 7, 6, whatever the number, apart from 10, less than 10, at least one of them is having also some missing values are available. Yes or no? Missing values there are not there. From this, I'm going to say the answer, yes, it is having the missing values. How many missing values are there and which column is having the missing values? That I'm going to get by using df.isNull.sum. This gives the number of missing values. This gives you the number of missing values. Number of missing values in each column. In which column you are having missing values, and each column the number of missing values you are going to get by using df.isNull.sum. Right? So the usage of info is one, shape, second, column names, D types, column index number, and is there any missing values or not. These are the 5 things which we are going to get by using the info. In the real life, when we are working on the data set, just I'm going to load the data. df is equal to td dot read underscore Excel or CSV file. Mostly CSV files will be there. 90% of the cases will have the CSV file. And I'm going to read the CSV file, right? If this CSV file is in other drive, I'm going to write the entire path plus file. If it is in my working directory only, I will write only the file name. Okay. And once I have written, this is the first line of code. My second line of code would be df.head to check whether I have loaded a correct data or not. Okay. I will not even write the 2 also. Waste of time. See, if you write df of head also, df of head of 2 also, you'll get first 2 records, whether you have loaded a correct record or not. So this is my first line of code. This is my second line of code after importing pandas. First line, anyways, import pandas will be there. First import pandas as PD, then only you have to write all these things. Next, I'm going to write df.info directly. No need to write the shape, no need to write the column names, no need to write the D types, no need to write all these things. Just df.info. In one shot, you will get the entire information about the data set. Okay. So once here, df.head, whatever the file I have loaded, I'm going to get df.head. In the df.head, I'll have the column names, each column names. Now observing the column names, I have to identify which one will, I have to understand each of the column name very clearly. For that, I'm going to do the basic research, right? And after doing the basic research only, then only I will understand. So here, first step is data understanding. What is your data understanding means? Understanding each and every variable very clearly is called as data understanding. Second one is data set understanding. This is different and data understanding is different. Data set understanding means how many number of rows are there, how many number of columns are there, and what about the columns, how many discrete categoricals are there within the given data set, how many discrete categorical, how many discrete count, how many continuous variables are there. All this information I'm going to get by using the data set understanding. Okay, so here the variable name understanding is different, data set understanding is different. These two you have to understand very clearly. Then after that you have to proceed with the EDA, which is the exploratory data analysis. That is the next step. To do this one, we have to learn the pandas, right? And once this understanding the data very clearly and making from that multiple graphs based upon the requirements, we are going to create the multiple graphs. That is the data analyst role. In this pandas, whatever the pandas is there, using the pandas, we are going to do with respect to the analysis, the complete analysis we are going to use using the pandas, right? Now, so how to check the missing values? df.isnull.sum, right? For example, let us take, as one of the student is asking, can you explain with one more example for this one? So for example, I'm having one more with respect to like this, some age of the student, 22, 22, 21, 22, 24, and one missing value is there, 25, 22, 21, 20, 19, some, and one missing value, 18, missing value, something we are having like this. Now, whenever you're asking df.isNull, it is going to convert either true or false, whether it is checking first this one. Automatically for loop is applied because pandas was designed based on numpy. Numpy was designed based on for loop. So for each and every element by default, automatically for loop is applied for each and every element. So for each and every value, it is going to check whether it is a isNull, not checking for one time, for automatically everything one by one. First, it is going to check whether it is isNull. No, false. It is false, 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 true. It is null. Here, missing value is there, null, false, 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 true, false, true. Up to isNull means this is the output you are going to get. Now sum, dot sum is just you are going to add all of them. False plus false plus false plus true plus false plus this, everything you have to do the sum. Now, whenever you're doing the sum, the Boolean value is automatically converted to integers. So 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 1 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0, which is nothing but 3. So 3 missing values are there. In the given data set, total 3 missing values are there. Right? It is going to identify in this way. Is that clear? Next. Now, how to access the data? Okay, we are having a data set. Now everyone has to take a note of this data set in the notes. Everyone please write everything, entire thing, including the index numbers. So here, how to access an element, how to access the data. You can access the data. This is the entire data. Whatever the data we are having, this is the entire data. Now using this entire data, from this entire data, we have to access as per our requirements based on the condition. Okay. Or based on, for example, I want only this column. I want to extract only this column. I want to extract only this particular row, or I want to extract these rows, or I want to extract these 2 columns. Whichever the data, from this, whatever the data we want to extract or we want to access, that particular data we are going to select. First, doing that one, how to access the data means by using, first one is called as by iloc. The first option is we are having is called as iloc. Okay. Now what is meant by I? I stands for index. LOC stands for location. It is going to work based on the index location, based on the index number location, right? Now here, this iloc, whatever the iloc is there, the syntax of iloc is df.iloc. The syntax of iloc is df.iloc, open and close brackets. I already told you, whenever we are working on the index numbers, we have to use the square brackets. We can't go with the parentheses. Normal brackets you are using this, that is called as function. For functions, we have to use the normal brackets. For index numbers, whether you are accessing using the list, whether you are using with respect to string, in the string also, whenever you are working on the index numbers, we have to use the square brackets. Now using these square brackets, now within the square brackets in between comma, this comma before to comma, it will give the rows, whatever the row index number. This is the columns, column index number. Row index number, row or rows index number, column or columns, list of columns, index number. So you have to use iloc, and within the square bracket comma, you have to use the comma. Before to comma, rows, and after the comma is columns. What are the index number? If you are using a single row, means you are using a single number, means directly write the single number, whatever the number, whether it is number 10, whether it is number 9, or whether it is 0, whatever it is, single number. If you are using multiple numbers, you have to take a list of numbers. Whatever the list of numbers are there, just you have to use. For example, I want 9 and 10 rows, row number 9 and row number 10. What row number 9? Index row number 9. Index row number 9, index number. This indicates the index number. So index number with serial number 9 and index number 10. Similarly, column index numbers, whatever the column number index. For example, you are accessing a single column, means write that single column number. If you are accessing multiple columns, means take a list. That's it. If it is a single number, means write the single number. If it is a column, means write the list of columns. Is that clear? And if you are using only iloc of only with respect to without comma, you are writing only single something like this. Then by default, all the columns. By default, the next one is all the columns. If you don't write comma, after comma, if you have not written anything, automatically it will consider all the columns. By default, all the columns. Okay. Sir, for example, I want all the rows, sir. Okay. Let us see multiple examples. If you don't write the second one, after comma, if you don't write the second part, then it is called as all the columns. Okay. That's it. Now, let us see multiple examples based on this. First, df.iloc of 0. I have not written the comma. What is meant by my 0 means only the row with 0. 0 index number row. What is that? What is the data you are having in your notes? That is age of 65, female. The data is there, right? Whatever the data you are having in the notes, just check this one. Same data. So it is just extracting the data of the first row. It is just extracting the data of first row. Similarly, iloc of -1. Is there any comma? No, comma is not there, means what is the meaning? All the columns with row. So it is going to get the last one. -1 means last index numbers, right? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, up to 9 you are having. So the same thing, whatever I'm having here, just I'm bringing down here one more, the df. So within this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, -1, -2, -3, -4, like this up to -10. For example, you are asking with respect to df of iloc of number 10, positive number 10. Whether positive number 10 index number is available? No. So it is going to throw the index error. Same. If it is not available, index is out of range. Whenever you are working on the single index number, if it is out of range, you are going to get a display of index error. Whenever you are working on the slicing operation only, then only no error is possible. That we have seen in the list. The same thing will be continued. Okay, here that nothing is special. Index numbers, everything is common. The concept of index numbers remains same, right? Now, next, if you observe this one, iloc of -1, right? Next, iloc of list of 1, 6. If you observe this one carefully, this is the main bracket. This is the main bracket. Out of the main bracket, one more bracket of 1, 6 is there. But is the comma is there here or inside this? Here the 2 rows I'm accessing, no, and all the columns, all columns. Sir, how you decided this comma is whether you can take this is the first row and this is the first column, sixth column now. You can select in that way, right? But this is in the list. For example, if you are having this is not there in the list, let us remove the list. If this is not there in the list, I'm having only 1, 6 like this. Then automatically it is the first row, 6th column. What is there in the first row? This is the first row. 6th column, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sorry, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 only. Not even 6 also is there. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now it is going to throw an error. Okay, it will just throw an error. Now instead of that, I'm going to use 5. I'm using the 5. 1, 5. Now what is the meaning of 1, 5? First row, 5th column. What is there in the first row, 5th column? Yes, the only word called as yes. So it is going to give me the output of yes if I execute this one. Is that clear? But if I'm taking this one in the bracket, I'm keeping one more bracket like this. Now what happens? This indicates with respect to, these are the list of rows of 1, 5. Columns are all the columns. What is there in the 1, 5? This is the first one, and this is the index number 5. That is 62 male, and this set it is going to print. Along with that, this line, this both of them it is going to print. How it is going to print? 2 rows we are having, so it is going to print as a data frame. Whatever the list of columns you want, that list of rows, whichever the list of rows you are interested, that select that list of rows. For example, I want 1, 5, 2. After that, I want 2. So 1, 5, after that 2, it is going to display. Whatever the order you are writing, it is going to display in that order. Right? Next, iloc of 2, 1. Now, what is meant by iloc of 2, 1? Second row, first column. What is the answer in your notes? Male. So it is going to give me the output as male. Simple. Right? Next, what is the meaning of this one? List of 5, 8. And columns I want first column, second column, third column, and fourth column. So list of 5, 8, that is 5th row and 8th row. What is there in the 5th and 8th row? 5th row and 8th row. So these 2 rows along with the columns of 1, 2, 3, 4. What is there in the 1, 2, 3, 4? That is gender. 1 is gender, 2, 3, 4. This one, 0 is not taken and 5 also not taken. So these are the things. Just it is going to select using that. Like this, we are going to extract whatever the data we want by using iloc. Now, same data, if you observe here, I'm having the list of 5, 8. Instead of writing 1, 2, 3, 4, can I use the slicing operation for this 1 to 5? Because everything are included, right? For example, I'm not including 2, 1, 3, 4 is there. Then I have to write list of 1, 3, 4 only. Then a slicing operation we can't apply because pattern is not there. Pattern is available, then directly go with the slicing operation. Whenever you are applying the slicing operation, you don't need to apply the bracket for that. Just you can write directly the slicing, whatever the slicing is there. That is the syntax in this. So here list of 5, 8 and 1, 2, 3, 4, the same thing I'm going to write using the slicing of 1 to 5. 1 to 5 means nothing but 1 to 4. The same answer, whatever I'm having above, the below also same. Instead of writing list of 1, 2, 3, 4, I'm writing just by using slicing. Right? Next, this is 0 to 3, rows slicing from 0 to 3. What is the meaning of that? 0, 1, 2. Okay, 3 rows. I want 0th row, first row, second row. Next, columns of 0 to 2. What is the meaning of that? 0, 1. These are the 2. So 3 rows and 2 columns. It is going to give 3 rows and 2 columns. That's it. Is that clear now? iloc. Now, sir, I want to print all the rows. I want all the rows, but columns of 1 and 2 only. Rows, all the rows. But if I take columns of 1, 2, by default, it is going to consider as rows. It will not consider as columns. It will take first and second row and all the columns. Not, I don't want this one. I want all rows, columns of 1, 2, index number of 1, 2. Then what I have to do? Before to this is 1, 2. This is related to columns. Now rows, what you want? All of them. So all of them is just keep the column. If you don't write before slicing first one, what is the meaning of first one? 0. If you don't write after that, what is the value? All, everything. It is going to include everything. 0 to everything. It is going to take all the rows with columns of 1 and 2. Is that clear? df.iloc of all the rows. I want all the rows, columns of list of 1, 2. So it is going to take all the rows, columns of 1, 2. By default, if you don't write this one, by default, it is assuming that one as 1, 2 as the rows, and it will take by default, the columns will be applied with respect to slicing completely. This is the default one. If you don't write the second one, it is automatically applies the comma and colon. In the backend, it will do that like this. All the columns will be selected by default. Okay, if you write like this, all the columns with row of 1 and 2 will be selected. So if you want all the rows means which one you want all, that one you have to apply the colon, simple comma. That is the starting point, ending. Everything will be included. Columns of 1 and 2. Sir, I want with respect to not 1 and 2, sir. I want the columns of 5 and 4. First, I want print 5, 5th column, followed by 4th column. Write that one. Whatever the order you are interested, write that one. Sir, for example, I want to repeat the same column 2 times. For what purpose? There is no requirement. Just I want, sir. Okay. So here it is accepting. This function accepts with respect to whatever the columns and repetition. Why it is accepting? Because the pandas was designed based on the NumPy. In the NumPy, do you remember the fancy indexing we have done? Fancy indexing, mask indexing. and with respect to the indexing using the list of values where the repetition is allowed there, same concept is applicable here. But whatever you are asking, none of them is getting saved. If you want to save this data frame, you have to create a new data frame called as df1. Then only it will be saved. Otherwise, it will not save. Just it is printing because it is in the last line. Is iloc function is clear? Now, next concept we are having is called as loc. Iloc works on the index number. I stands for index number. In the iloc, I stands for index number location. Now, whereas loc stands for location. Now it is going to work on the index name, not on the index number. Name. It works on the name bus. You have to write for the columns also name only you have to write. At the same time, for the rows also you have to write the names only. Are you feeling any difficulty? If you want, you can go. Okay. Right. Just with respect to this loc, whatever the loc is there, right? Loc works on the name bus. Just it works on the name bus. Okay. What is meant by name bus? Name bus means you have to write the column name. You have to write the row also name only. You have to take row name, column name. Again, the syntax is again common. df.loc brackets. Now here left side you have to write row or row names. If it is a single one miss, write single one. If it is a multiple miss, take a list. Similarly, column. If it is a single one miss, write the single one. If it is a list miss, write a list of columns. Is that clear? So this is df.loc. Right? Now, df.loc, I'm going to use using the columns. Now, okay, sir, column names in the original data frame, column names I know. Age, gender, TB, DB, TP, liver patient. Okay, sir, these are the column names. Familiar. Fine. Very good. Everyone knows these column names. But what about the row names? By default, these are considered as the row names. By default, row index numbers are equal to your row name. Index name, row index name. Your row index name. Both are by default same. Unless you change. Sir, how to change, sir? That we are going to see in the next. Okay, how we can change that one. Or if you want to see now itself, I will write. First, let us change that one. How to write miss? Just see here, df.setIndex. I'm going to set the index as TB. Means the TB column will be taken as the index name. Okay, let us execute this one. See here, whatever the TB is there, this is the, now for this one, for this particular row, what is the name of the row? 0.7 is the name of the row. What is the index number? 0. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6, -7, -8, -9, -10. These are index numbers. Now coming to the name, this is the name. 0.7 is the name. 7.3 is the name. Again, 7.3 is the name. Names can be repeated. No problem. Sir, which column we are going to use like that? Whichever the column is having the unique values that we are going to use in the index names. For example, in the future, students are there. Students, whatever the serial number is there, that serial number I'm going to use as the index. Your student ID will be there. For every student, one ID will be there. That ID I'm going to use the index name. I can call based on the ID. Or I can take the student name, whatever the student name is there, including the student name, full name, along with their last name. That is their first name, middle name, along with their last name. Everything, if I include that one in the this one, like whatever the set index. Now the set index will have with respect to these are called as names. If you don't do like this, if you don't apply the set index, separately, by default, it is going to take the names and index numbers both are same. Okay. Here, what is the name of this particular row? 0. What is the name of this particular row? 8. What is the name of this particular row? 5. Is there any row having the name with -1? Index number with -1? Yes. Index number of -1 is available, but name wise -1 is not there. Now, these are only the names. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. These are the names. -1 is not the name. -1 is the index number. That is not the name. So these are the names. So now using the names, we are going to extract the data. That is by using the loc. Now df.loc of 0. What is the meaning of 0? Means a row name with 0. What is there in the row name with 0? Now what is there in the row name with 2, 3? 2, 3 row names. It is going to print the row names with respect to 2, 3. Sir, for example, here Instead of log, if I use iloc, answer will remain same, right? Yes, because by default both the things are same, so there will be no difference. Then what is the difference you will observe? For example, in the last df.iloc, I have used iloc. I'm using iloc. Iloc of -1. What is -1? Last record. It is printing the last record. Now instead of iloc, I'm using the lock. Now it will throw the error. Because what is -1? -1 name is not available. There is no name. Key name is not there with -1. Okay, key name is not available with -1. Only index number of -1 is there, but key name is not there. Name is not there. It is going to throw the key error. The name is not available. Is that clear now? If you are using the same example with iloc, it is executing because it is an index number, right? Now here iloc of colon means all the rows, comma, age, column name of age. It is going to select only the age column. It is selecting only the age column. Okay, it is not going to select remaining things. Only age column it is getting selected, right? Sir, what is the age index number? What is the age index number? 0, right? So for example, if I write here 0, what happens? Is there any column name with 0? It is going to throw once again the error, key error. There is no column name with 0. Okay. If you ask the same thing with I of all the rows and column index number with 0, that is age. That is the difference between iloc versus lock. This is the interview question. 100% guarantee interview question in Pandas. Within the Pandas. If the person is asking any question from Pandas, means this question is mandatory. Without this question, they can't go. Little bit slow, sir. I'm explaining to my assumption it is very slow. That's slow. I'm assuming. Anyone feels fast? Right? So here, don't type along with me. Don't open your Jupyter notebook in your system and don't type along with me. Practice you have to do after the class. If you are typing along with me, miss, you'll feel fast. Right? Why online students are feeling fast and why offline students are feeling very easy? What is the difference? As a data analyst, we have to analyze. And we have to predict as a data scientist. Right? As a data analyst, we have to analyze. As a data scientist, we have to predict. And how to rectify this one and how to improve my business. Means feedback. At the end, my business is feedback. Right? The more the feedback, the better, the more number of students I get in the further batches. Simple logic. Open secret. Right? Simple. Let us see here once again. Now, instead of iloc, if I am using iloc, in the iloc I am writing age. What is meant by I? Iloc means index number. Index number, all the index numbers it is going to select. There is no problem in the rows. Rows, index numbers. Row index numbers, whatever the index numbers of the rows are there, all of them it is getting selected. All the rows. Columns, index number having index number of age. Is there any column having index number as age? No, it is going to throw an error. How a value can be age? Number cannot be alphabet, right? So value error. A number cannot be an alphabet. Index number. Number means very clearly it indicates that it is an int. It can't be even the float also. 1.2 also you can't write. Purely it should be an integer only. Right? So here when I'm using the iloc, remember that you have to access using the numbers. When you are working on the log, you have to use the names. So for example, if I'm using the log, then in this case, I have to write the name. Right? Is that clear? Next, let us take this example. Oh, already this example is completed. Now, df.log of 2, 3. What is 2, 3? List of 2 and 3 names are called in numbers. Names. Names of 2, 3. It is going to check whether any row name is having 2 or not. Row name with 3 is there or not. If it is there, it is going to select that one. If it is not there, it will not select. Okay. Row name of 2, row name of 3. Name. These both of them are names. Why? Because I'm using log. Similarly, this is age to TP. Age to TP colon. I'm having colon. Colon means slicing operation. Age to TP. Everything we are going to select. We can't apply TP -1 because this is a name. Name -1 we can't do. So TP up to age to TP. So it is going to execute from the age column to TP column with the row names of 2, 3. Okay. Next step. Similarly, if you are working the same data I want to extract using the iloc. Same data from age to TP I want to get, but I'm using iloc. How to use iloc? Miss iloc of Numbers. Now I want to focus on the numbers. For this particular row, what is the index number? 2. For this row, what is the index number? 3. 2, 3. And I want from the 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Index numbers of 0 to 4 means nothing but slicing of 0 to 5. I'm going to execute and I'll get the same answer. This is by using iloc and by using the loc. Is that clear? So just in the notes, you can write with respect to different examples, whatever the things you want to select, whichever the columns you want to select. For example, let us take like this. Randomly, I'm writing randomly from this data set. Randomly, I'm writing this one. Okay. This part to this part. From here to here, I want to select. Or this part to this part to this part, I want to select the two age, TB, DB, and liver patient. These 3 records I want to select means I want only these values. This one, this one, this one, this one. This is my requirement. Now for this requirement, I have to write using iloc and using the loc also, both the things. Okay. First, by using the iloc. df.iloc. What are the rows you want? Rows, these are the 3 rows. For that, what are the index numbers? 4, 5, 6. 4, list of 4, 5, 6. Option number 1. Option number 2. 4, 5, 6, I can use 4 to 7. This is option number 2. Either you can write 4 to 7 or you can write with respect to list of 4, 5, 6. These are the 2 options. With this, the rows are completed. Now I'll focus on the columns. For the columns, I want to focus on the index numbers. Index numbers of 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out of which I want 0 index, 2, 3, and 5. List of 2, 0, 2, 3, and 5. Slicing operation can I apply for this? No, because there is no pattern is available. So this is not having pattern. So the same logic I have to apply here also. If you write this one or this one, the answer is going to be the same. Because columns are not going to change. Rows 4 to 7 means 4, 5, 6 only. Okay. Whenever you are using the slicing operation, that to index number slicing operation, automatically the last one -1 will be applied. This is by using iloc. Let us execute whether it is the correct answer I'm getting or not. Let us try. df.iloc of first 4 to 7. First one I'm trying, that is 4 to 7 as the rows, and columns I want 0, 2, 3, and 5. So same, whatever I expected, that is first what are the things I asked, that is 72, 46, and 26 with 3.9, and this one, these 3 rows, the same 3 rows I'm going to get here. 72, 46, and 26, age, TB, DB, and liver patient. Right? Now, this is option number 1, and option number 2. I'm trying with the second option of sim in the iloc only, because there is an option with respect to take the list and to take the slicing for this particular example. For example, I required with respect to 4, 5, and 7. Then there is no option. I have to take only list only. I can't apply the slicing for this. There is no option for applying the slicing because there is no sequential pattern here. I have to take the list only. Okay. So here there is an option for sequential pattern. So that slicing operation is available. So I'm using df.iloc of 4 list of 4, 5, 6. This is the rows. Columns, what are the columns list I want? 0, 2, 3, 5. And you are going to get same answer, either this one or this one, just by using iloc. Similarly, now by using the loc, df.loc bracket, out of which comma is common, before to this rows and after that is columns. Now here list of names, that is name is 4, 5, 6 is the list. And the names of this one is list of age, TB, DB, liver patient. So these are the list of names. You want the list of names. Let us try the same thing. This is by using loc. That is df.loc of list of 4, 5, 6 is the row names. I want row names with respect to 4, 5, 6. And column names are, first one is age column, that is age column, comma, second column is TB, third column is DB, and the fourth column is liver patient. Liver patient. Same to same answer by using the log. Right? And here I can use even this one also with slicing operation. Instead of 4 to 7, I have to use only 4 to 6 because n-1 is not applicable for the names. Automatically 4, 5, 6, everything will be considered. Right? No need to write 4 to 7. Instead of 4 to 7, you have to write only 4 to 6. 4, 5, 6, everything will be included. n-1 is not applicable because this is not a number now to do the minus. This is the name. From the name -1, how you can do? So that is not simple. Is that clear? Is that clear now? Then why to use different loc and iloc? That is as per your choice. Whenever you feel easy with respect to loc by using the column names, take the list of columns. If you are interested with respect to that numbers, means select the numbers. For example, let us take like this. I'm having with multiple columns. Total, I'm having with 25 columns are there. Okay, 25 columns are there. Out of one of the column is placement, whether the student has got placed or not. This is the placement record. Okay, yes or no's. This consists of only yes or no's. This is a discrete categorical variable. This placement, it is available in the index number. Which index number it is available? That I'm going to see in the info. In the info, for every column number, column side, I'm going to get the index number. Now here, what I'm going to do, I want to extract only this column. For me, the easiest one is df.loc of all the rows with respect to placement column. Simple. I will not even see the index number also. Blindly, I will write my whatever my requirement. Right? This is, I feel easy. Instead of writing the index number, I feel this one as easy. If I know this placement index number, assume the placement index number is in the 14. Then I'm going to use same thing by using df.iloc of all the rows with index number of 14. Right? For writing this 14, first I have to see what is the placement index number that I have to say in the info. Instead of going there, I write directly this one. Okay. Sometimes iloc will be easy. Sometimes with respect to loc will be easy. When you are applying the slicing operation, go with the iloc. When you are not applying the slicing operation, go with the loc as per your choice. Right? So that is the difference between iloc versus loc. Right? So this is 100% guarantee interview question, and don't confuse with respect to the iloc versus loc. Next, now how to access a single column? How to access a single column? Entire single column is, we are having option number 1 is by using the loc. Second one is by using iloc. We are having third option, fourth option, fifth option. 5 options are there to extract the data, only single column. Right? df.loc of all the rows and TB column I'm going to extract. This is option number 1. This is the particular column I want to extract. Option number 2 is the index number. You are going to write the index number. Option number 2 is you are going to write your index number, whatever the index number is there. Option number 3 is df.tb. Here automatically all the rows will be applicable. df.tb means by default all the rows. You can't select the rows. You can't skip the rows. If you are interested to select only certain amount of rows, means either you have to use loc or iloc. If you don't interested with respect to all the rows, means just you can write by df.tb. So just I'm asking df.tb. df.tb gives you the all the rows by default. So can you see that all the answers are same? Fifth option, df of tb. df of directly you can write with respect to name by using tb like this. No need to use iloc or no need to use loc. For example, you are using df.loc of tb. If you write means, if you write like this means, then it will check whether any row name with tb is there or not. Because column name, no, it is not column name, it is the row name, by default row name. So it will check with respect to row name. Whenever you have not written the loc, automatically df of tb you have written, automatically it is a column name. Right? Now like this, you can extract the data with respect to directly the tb. This is option number 4. Option number 5, df of tb dot values. Dot values gives the output as an array. Now whatever the above examples, whatever you are saying, everything are in the series. If you want to convert a series to an array, just you have to apply dot values. Just you have to apply dot values. It will be converted to an array. The series will be converted to an array just by using dot values. Is that clear? This concept, whatever the df of TB and df of this one, all these things are there, right? This, when we are going to select, means when all the rows, you require all the rows, then directly select either df of TB or df of TB like this. Okay, generally in the SQL, we'll write like this. This syntax is in SQL. Out of all of them, which is the standard one and which is the easiest one, means which you feel easy, that is the best one. Always that is the same. My choice is this. I will use this one. Why, miss? I have practiced multiple times this one only, so I remember this one only. Simple. There is no rule that I have to use this one only, right? But remember, for example, liver patient is like this. You are having a liver patient where there is a space between them, and you want to extract a single column called as liver patient. Now you are using df dot liver patient. Df dot liver patient, in between space is there, and df of liver patient, in between space is there once again. Now this will be executed, but this will be throwing an error, because as per the syntax, df of liver is completed. After that, this is considered as a different word, because these both are not connected to each other, because there is a space between them. So that is, if you write the same thing, the space, if you consider, if you're writing in this way, no problem. Whatever the column name is there, you can write as is. For example, one of my column name is sales, is the column name. In bracket, I'm having dollars. My column name is like this. Now, if you are using df of sales and this one, it will throw an error. But if you are using df of sales with asterisk, whatever you are having asterisk in the inverted commas, it will not throw the error. Okay, it will throw the error, it will not throw the error. So you should not get any time the error, means simply you have to rename your column names. That is the best option. So for example, says in the dollars is there, sir. This dollar symbol is also important. Then if I rename and if I erase this one, problem now. So instead of that, says in terms of dollars, right? Like this. Rename in this way. Now the whatever the thing is there, that is clear for you. For example, sir, assume that dollar says like this. Whatever the says are there, says in terms of millions of dollars. Millions, whatever the millions of dollars, it is in the terms of millions of dollars. 1.1 million, 1.3 million, 1.9 million. I'm having in terms of millions. Now, how you are going to rename this one? Just rename this one to says underscore million underscore dollar. The same thing, whatever you are going to spell, the word how you are going to spell, that you convert as a sentence. Right? Now, by doing this one, what is the advantage? Means never you will get an error. Whether you are using in a flow, this one also will not get the error. If you are using this one also, you will not get the error. No, sir, I'll fix this one only, miss. If you are sure that you are going to use this one only, miss, then no need to rename the columns also. You can continue as per your old column names only. No need to rename. In a flow, if you are using this one, miss, you are going to get an error. Right? Remember that. Is that clear? Now, how to access a multiple columns? By using lock, by using iloc, or simply without using iloc or lock. Three options. In this option, first option, just observe df.lock. Lock means what is the meaning of lock? Name wise. All the rows and names, it is going to consider only TB and DB. 2, 3. iloc of index number 2 and 3. df of, if you are writing a single column, this is TB earlier example we have seen. If I want multiple columns, list of column names. Whenever you want multiple, list. Remember list. TB and DB. Sir, what is the difference between this one versus this one, sir? Here, if you want, you can select your interested rows, but here you can't select your rows. Here rows are fixed, all the rows by default. You can't change the rows also. If you want to select as a particular row, means, for example, you want to select only 7th and 8th row. You can't use this one. By using this one, you can't get like that, because by default, it gives all of them. All the rows it will give. You can't select as per your choice of rows. Whereas this one, you can select as per the choice of the rows. Is that clear? So don't get confused with all of them. And just if you practice, everything is easy. Okay. Right? And I already have told you the set index. Set index means it is going to set this one. Now, iloc of 09. This I'm going to store in the L1, a data frame called as L1. L1.lock of 0.9. What is the meaning of L1.lock of 0.9? Lock means name. 0.9 means row with 0.9. Is there any row with 0.9? Yes, this one. So this is the row, and this one also. This is also 0.9. Two rows are having 0.9, so it is going to extract the names. Whatever the rows are with respect to 0.9, it is going to extract. Is that clear? Done. And if you want to bring the index back, just you have to click on the reset index. When you are clicking the reset index, whatever is in the index, that will be converted to the first row. It will move to the first row. After resetting, sorry, first column. Whatever the index column is there, that column will be shifted towards the first column. That is with respect to index of 0. Once you have resetted, means it will bring to the first column automatically. Is that clear, guys? Next, sorting. How we can do the sorting? For example, let us take an Excel file. I'm creating one new Excel file. I'm opening an Excel file. Okay. In this Excel file, I'm having the first column name called as age. And here I'm having with respect to 21, 23, 24, 22, 22, 22, 19, 24, 25, 20. Something I'm having like this. Now for this particular, this one, what I'm going to use, if I want to sort this one, what I'm going to use means here there is an option called as sort. I'm going to click on the sort. And if you want to smallest to largest or largest to smallest, I'm going to select smallest to largest, means smallest value to largest value. Automatically it is getting sorted. Just you are going to click on this and automatically it is getting sorted. Now just this, how it is working in the backend, how? What is the code in the backend? There should be some code, right? This, whatever the Excel sheet is there, this is called as tool. Tools will have only the buttons and you have to click on that button. Oh, this button importance is it is going to do the sorting order. The numbers will be sorted in the ascending order. If I click on this button, the numbers will be sorted in the descending order. Just you have to learn the buttons. What is the importance of the buttons? These are called as tools. Now, tools will be the dead easy to understand because there is no code now. For understanding the tools will be dead easy, but at the same time, growth also will be dead only. If you learn only the Excel or if you learn only the tools related softwares, whatever the tools are there, if you learn, by learning it is easy. While cracking the interview also it is easy. Working also easy. Salary also easy. Very less salary only. After 10 years also your salary will be 12 lakhs, 13 lakhs, 14 lakhs. After 20 years also your salary will be 18 lakhs. There will be no much growth in that because easy na. In an easy one, while they'll pay much. When you are going with the difficult one only, they'll pay more. If you select the easiest one, means salary also will be easy, right? Everyone will do that one. If you're not there, means others will come. Simply. But data science is not like that. Person to person, the perception will change. For example, I'm explaining. Whatever I'm explaining, you understand. One person will understand in a different way. One person will understand in a different way. One person feels that, sir, today's class is very easy, sir. You have explained very simple, only the lock and iloc, very easiest way you have explained, sir. One person will feel. One person will feel that, sir, confusing, sir. It is person to person. Okay, person to person, the way of thinking, the way of brain execution is different. So automatically the data scientist work also will be different from person to person. All of them are not going to work in the same way, right? Now df.sort values. So whatever the column I want to select, write the column name. Which column you want to select? DB column. And in which order you want to select? Ascending order. So the entire data has to be sorted. For example, I'm opening the data set itself. Whatever the data set I'm having. So in the D drive, Python for data science. So this is the file which I'm working. So I want to sort the DB column. Based on the DB, I am going to click on the ascending order. And it is asking, you want to expand everything. Means all the rows also will be changed according to that. Is that okay? Yes. Is that for me okay? So automatically as per that one, all the values has been changed. So now the DB is in the ascending order, starting from minus 0.1 to, 0.1 to starting with 0.1 to 4.1. The same thing I'm going to get here also. Starting with 0.1 to 4.1 as it is. This is the backend code of that one. In the Excel, this is the backend code. If it is written in the Python. I don't know whether Microsoft was created with Python or Java. I don't know. If it is created with Python, means this is the code. Right? Similarly, DB in the descending order. The same column, whatever the column you are having, DB, I want to have in the descending order. That is largest to smallest. Okay, I'm going to click on this. Automatically, according to that, the values has been changed. The rows has been changed according to that. Now, the same thing, it is happening here also. Ascending is equal to false. You are going to get the DB column in the descending order. Just it is applying the sort. Okay. Now, next, how to add a columns and how to remove the columns. We are going to see in the tomorrow's class. Along with that, we are going to see the filtering by writing the conditions, by writing various conditions, how to extract the data. Okay. Please revise once again in the NumPy. Fancy indexing, there is a one called as fancy indexing, where I have explained with respect by writing one condition. After that, writing the condition, we will get either true or false, because that is comparison operator. Comparison operators gives the output as true or false. From that, again, if you want the numbers means, again, you have to take a of, in the bracket, you have to write the condition. Just go through the NumPy, fancy indexing, so that tomorrow's this class will be easy. If this is easy, SQL is dead easy, because in the SQL, there is a concept called as where. That is the backend, how it is going to work means this one. If SQL is easy, data analyst role is easy. Everything are connected to each other, right? So once the Pandas is completed, immediately we learn the SQL. Once we learn the SQL, very easy. Okay. And once the SQL is completed, we'll learn the matplotlib and cburn in Python and Tableau. Now, automatically, once that SQL and this cburn and matplotlib was completed, you can apply even your for data analyst role. Don't forget statistics is important. That also we have to cover. After statistics only, you can apply all these things. Statistics also we are going to do using the Pandas only. For example, I want to calculate the mean value. Mean value means average value. For which column you want to do the average value? What is meant by average? Every value you have to add, divide by total number of values. For example, I want the DF of age. Okay, I want to calculate the average of this one means 65 plus 62 plus 62 plus 58 plus 72 plus 46. I want to add all of them. So what I'm going to do means DF of age. Directly I'm selecting the age column. All the rows, no need to use lock. When you want to select only the specific rows only, lock and iloc comes. All the rows means forget about iloc and lock. No need of that one. No need to discuss also. Waste of time. Right? If you want all the rows, DF of age. Age means all the rows. All the rows is selected. Dot sum. Dot sum is, this is the sum. 466. Divide by 10. What is the average? Age means 46.6. Now that divide by sum. Whatever the sum is there, divide by that one. Just I can apply dot mean. Sir, instead of mean, can I write sum? Okay, sum. Okay, sum. For this, what I have to do? Divide by 10. What is meant by 10? Length of your DF. Length of DF. Sum, that is 466, divide by 10. This is option number 1. Simply, no need to use this one also. Dot mean. Okay. So in the Pandas, we can do everything manipulation in an easy way. Multiple options are there. No need to get confused. That is as per our choice. And practice, you'll understand all the options. The only thing you have to do is practice after the class. Without practice, nothing you'll understand. Right? That's it, guys.